For a long time, people have felt that shows like BBC Question Time have a bias in favour of the liberal elite. There have even been suggestions that audience members are planted. Just look at this show on the Manchester terrorist attacks, that terrible incident. Look at this chap who is in an outrage, furious when people have criticised fundamentalist Islam.
A reverend here, a friend that I've known and worked with in Manchester, and it seems that Muslims seem to be the target and collateral damage when these things happen. Islam is not the reason that people do bad things. People do bad things because they're evil and they're bad people.
Doesn't he look rather familiar? Just after the terrorist attacks, the BBC decided to interview some people about the atrocity that had just occurred.
Who's the anger being directed towards? And my fear is to the Muslim community.
Yeah, I think that's the same man. And actually, isn't that the same guy again here?
Ex-Muslims, for instance, they're ostracised by the larger community. It can be a great risk to actually their personhood if they come out against Islam vocally. So I speak to a lot of ex-Muslim groups, and they do a lot of heavy vetting.
I've heard in the last 5 minutes the word Islamism used by nearly everyone who's spoken so far. I want to know who the Islamist people are you're talking about. That's offensive to me.
No, you did not mishear that. He's angry that people have a problem with radical Islam.
The word Islamism used by nearly everyone who's spoken so far. I want to know who the Islamist people are you're talking about. That's offensive to me.
This guy has clearly been chosen by the BBC for the narrative he's pushing, or standing up to hate.
Let us please not let people who hate and who want to divide us. Let's be united together, and Manchester will be united, and we should work together, stand shoulder to shoulder and say we will not accept hate, and we stand against Islamophobia, and we condemn all sort of evil in all its forms.
Okay. It clearly looks like the BBC is arranging to have certain people situated for interviews in studio audiences who will push a certain viewpoint, a certain narrative that benefits the agenda of the liberal elite, who want to keep open borders without sensible security checks, because they benefit when there's too many people, when there's a high level of unemployment, and there is mass competition for jobs, which drives down wages. Now, the hate we need to really, with the most urgent priority, stand up to is that which has just resulted in the death of 22 people, including a child. This is the most severe problem that we seem to be facing at the moment. And instead, he's talking about referring to some kind of neo-Nazi uprising which hasn't occurred.
Young Muslims are fearful. Yesterday I came to the vigil.
Sorry, what are they fearful of?
They're fearful of reprisal, and we've already started to see it.
He's talking greatly about Islamophobia, about words, about insults, and yes, that may be a problem.
And there's a bit of anger.
But the bigger problem is the fact that a child is dead.
Muslims are the most attacked people in the press by everyone. You can't open a newspaper, turn the television on without Muslims being attacked.
Those who simply talk of unity as if a few hugs will just do away with fundamentalism are clearly ignoring the problems here.
I've heard in the last 5 minutes the word Islamism used by nearly everyone who's spoken so far. I want to know who the Islamist people are you're talking about. That's offensive to me.
Those who preach hate, those who preach violence, those who are radical certainly need to be immediately interned. Unity with radicalism does not result in peace.